Dina here for Z191 Television. We are here with Artist with CAMAE from Rockers and Mighty Paradox.
Kenny Stinker is what everybody knows his stage name. Okay.
Lenny Steele, I play bass, and I also recorded some rhythm guitar on No Rules and stuff like that.
Chip, guitar player.
Original.
Yeah, yes.
Lenny G drums. Tell me where you go back, Lenny.
Lenny played with us in '77 and '76, and he played with us.
Our original drummer,
Richard held the boy to us.
Yeah,
Lenny was the drummer.
our original drummer was off with Johnny Thunders in London, and Lenny filled in right quick, way back then. That's why he knows our set and everything like that. Way back.
So you were pre-Marky Ramone.
Yeah, we used to do Alice Cooper together. A little bit, a couple of their songs.
So the first question I want to ask, like, tonight's set to me was fucking amazing. So I just want to know, like, how do you keep that edge? You know, like, people go through all kinds of shit. I mean, I've been in a band for 12 years, and I've been through, like, I can't even believe the shit that I've been through. So I just want to know, like, how do you keep your edge, you know? Like, how do you sound still so fucking good?
Okay, if I can say, I think it's because, you know, we started in the beginning for our genre of music, which is punk music. You know, I gather that's what, you know, we're here doing. But we started back in like '74. You know, we're from Philadelphia, but we went to New York City, and we were with in the inner circle of all the originators of punk, like the New York Dolls, to which we were there in the loft with the New York Dolls.
They kind of took us under their wing.
Yeah, and at the same time they had Malcolm McLaren before the Sex Pistols there with them, and then they broke up there in '75. Johnny Thunders formed the Heartbreakers. And that's like sort of like all this is the early stages of punk. Patti Smith, Television, and all those guys were staying in the loft when we were there. So we were there from the beginning of this genre of this music, and that's why, even though we only had a release of a 145 and then a re-release in 2006 of our full album that should have been, it's because we were there in the beginning. And you can't change that, and that's how we keep going.
I put all my frustration in playing after all the other stuff.
Person of color, being a black person, you know, playing punk rock, I find that it's been a struggle, you know, to get the music out to my people in a sense, you know. And I just want to know, like, what you think about that, or if you even had any like issues, you know, reaching out to who you wanted your audience to be, and
you know what? It's always been like that, even with Jimi Hendrix.
Yeah.
He used to say in his interviews, or people that was around, he used to say, how many black people was in the audience? Or how many Puerto Rican people was in the audience?
Well, I have to say this,
he was really concerned about that.
I have to say this.
And then he did an interview in Harlem.
I have to say
and wanted
this.
to do a concert in Harlem for black people.
I have to say this though. Real rock and roll is the inner circle. They recognize where rock and roll comes from, and that's like you know, the aches and pains of bluegrass to, you know, it wasn't, you know, this color thing has been already addressed, you know, even back in the 50s and everything, you know, And it's like when you're in there and you're doing the show or whatever, you know, there's polystyrene, there's Julian and the Voidoids, and there was it wasn't a thing, and that's what they were fighting against. It's like people look and they see Sid with the swastika on, and that Malcolm did that. That's a shock because that's anti-racism. You know, and you know, we were there, and there was no. If there was any negativity, that's only the people that weren't like doing it and in it. And you know, people misunderstand things. Things get lost in translation over times, and it could be, you know. But that was the whole punk movement was about. You know, we've already addressed like that, and you shouldn't feel like if anybody's being negative, that's because you know, there's people trying to pull you down. They're not about anything. Just go out and play. Where's Lenny Kravitz's story?
It's basically a universal vibe is what we tried to do, but obviously it's kind of obvious that we're all black band. We didn't look at it like that, but people put that tag on.
Well, yeah, that's what you're known as being the very first
We were a
black punk rock hardcore band.
First black punk band.
But it's all about
England
punk rock. It's not about
78,
color.
Yeah,
So back in those days, that wasn't really the issue. And now looking back on things, I guess that's kind of where you've been pegged. But you still, I mean, it's not. It's for all intents and purposes, it's amazing. I mean,
wanted to be very
Look, let me tell you.
international.
If this is personal, it's like I was academic in school. I went to school in Rittenhouse Square down here in downtown. I'm from Philadelphia too, although I live in Jersey now. But we were ahead of, you know, it wasn't just about being punk and being rebellious. It was, you know, it was about being rebellious, but it wasn't about being negative and being down.
It's never about being negative.
Everybody, like the Talking Heads and all the people that made it, you know, you have to be intelligent, really. The Ramones were intelligent, and everybody was smart guys, the kids, you know. That's what we were doing. And that's what it is. That's what it was. And that's why people are in the Hall of Fame, and, you know, and I feel fucking, blessed, you know, to be part of, like, you know, the Sex Pistols in the Hall of Fame and the Clash and blah, 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 blah. Those are our peers.
Have you seen the new documentary that came out of the band called Death?
Well, actually, I went backstage to see Death, but to me, they're more like a heavy metal band that came out.
Yeah.
Because when you asked them, I went and asked them face to face, who do they know that's punk? They didn't know the Dead Boys, they didn't know MC5. The Dead Boys are from Ohio, but they didn't know MC5. And,
Ohio,
and
Detroit.
they didn't really know any or none of those guys.
Detroit.
So,
All right, see,
Dead Boys.
the thing with that,
where did it start? Did it start in Detroit or did it start in New York?
who, us?
The punk rock movement.
it's a bit of both.
It's a
When
bit
did
of
punk
both.
rock
Okay.
start?
There's always that argument. And it's like,
It's a bit of both. It really, the core is in New York, because Iggy was coming to New York. They didn't stay. The MC5, we know Wayne Kramer, we know all those guys, and they came to New York like us.
Punk started, if you want to call it the punk, you can go all the way back to Brando and the Wild One, you know? You know, and then you go before him, you can go to Muddy Waters, you know? Anything that's rebelling against, you know, yeah, the powers that be.
Yeah, it used to be the
taking
rockers
advantage
against the mods, and then they got together, and that became punk because the Dreads got involved. Don Letts and them started to clash, so that's when it became universally punk with black and everything mixed in. That's when all that happened. That occurred because they used to fight against each other, the Dreads against the mods and the rockers, and then you just notice punk rock has the leather jacket, that's a rocker. And then the
Not the
mods.
rockers.
Those are
We're the rockers.
Not these
People
rockers.
were fighting. The inner circle
Yeah,
people.
but then they stopped, and then it became punk rock because Don Letts had everybody together.
Keith Richards and Led Zeppelin and the Clash and everybody.
The Clash was the one
They
that
will
really,
tell
Don
you-
Letts was really
Don Letts,
pretty
yeah.
much
They will tell
single-handedly
you.
bring everybody together, all the bands.
Yeah. That's what
Different
it's all about.
cultures and
It's all
different
about.
people came together.
idea of where you think punk's going from someone who's been there from the beginning and know the people that are, you know, what we call legends, like you are a legend to me. So I just like to just get an idea of where do you see punk going, or where do you feel it going?
Well, I feel like it's going in your hands right now.
No, I'm gonna tell you this. I'm gonna say this.
Why'd you laugh?
It's going to your hands, but I think the message has already been, like, you know, stated, you know. And
Right, it's like any other genre. It's not going to
Yeah.
die. It's going
Right.
to keep living.
I think that we knocked down the walls, you know, like, you know, trying to get over your wall, maybe sex was. All right, we knocked down those walls, right? And you got a black president and everything here now, and it's like, you know, it's like, you know, we're going on. It's not. It's real issues. And
So you see the politics really coming through.
the politics and the atmosphere.
It's getting
you know,
stronger. You
The
guys
atmosphere with
new
hail and hurricanes, and I don't know what we've done, and I don't even know why we're here. And people don't even know the true definition of life. You know, it's like two different, biblical and biological. And that's what freaked me out in school. It's like, you know, all right, there's two different definitions of life. I'm like, what am I supposed to? What are you telling me? Okay, they don't even know where they're coming from.
Also, you have to remember there was no internet when we came up.
Yeah,
We had to do it hard doing
Me
it.
too.
There was no internet, baby. No internet.
Gotta be emailing those cassettes out.
You had to go to New York and jump on the underground scene there. And
We could have done a
risk
little bit
your
more
life.
work, though. We could have done a little bit more work, and then
You can die there like Sid, you know, same hotel, same rooms.
Yeah, you
guys.
die for the cause, though, right?
Yeah, you might just not make it. A lot of us are gone. Rest in peace, our drummer Spider. But the music lives on. The music will always live on. Like hardcore, they have a plaque in New York. They give them their recognition. I don't understand why in
The
Philly.
lady's still with us.
Philly, they don't
Played together
really
in '77.
Yeah.
give us our.
It's all about being
props.
positive, man, you know? As long as
One
you're
day.
positive, you're right.
I'm just so happy to be able to inspire younger kids to come up and do what they feel and just do it. You know, that's what it's all about. And God has blessed you to be able to knock down doors and make it happen for yourself. You know, I feel like I was born.
Final word. What's the last thing on your mind as you leave here tonight? What do you want to leave us with?
I love Philadelphia. That's the last thing on my mind. What sign are you? That's the next thing on my
Oh, I want to know that. I need your signs.
Thanks for coming out.
Aries. Aries.
Mine's, I got all my frustrations out tonight.
What are you,
I
Aquarius?
sweated it all
Scorpio.
out.
And your last word for tonight, Lenny?
You, Mars.
God bless.
Yeah, for
Peace.
sure.
And thank you so
Female
much.
Mars.
It's been a
I'm male
pleasure.
Mars.
That's right.